Hello and welcome. In today's video, I take you along as I go to Prince Edward Island in Canada. Prince Edward Island is its own little province. I've never been there, even though I've been to quite a few Canadian provinces before. And well, I had a good reason to go to Prince Edward Island because I have some good friends living there. And it was almost 10 years that we hadn't seen. And so it was about time for me to go out there. But yeah, there was a lot more with Prince Edward Island that was on my list to check out. And I have to say, it is worth a visit. So come along as I show you Prince Edward Island. Let's go. Toilet paper. So I'm here at this old fort right at the border between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and needed a place where I can work today because where I had parked for the night that was not optimal for that. And well, here I have a great view, as you can see. There's actually the bay. It's completely, well, not dry, but you can see there's no water, so the tide pulled everything out. And great view from up here. Yeah, here's the old building. One of the buildings. Well, Shelby, let's go in here, huh? So it's closed, I assume, for the season. Enjoy your visit. Welcome to Fort Beauséjour, Fort Cumberland National Historic Site. Some old cannons. Yeah, you can tell this looks old. Whoa. Once capital of Acadia, situated between Fort Beauséjour and Fort Lawrence. 1678. Oh God. Very old for this continent. Yeah, some old cannons here. Very cool stuff. Old foundations. Man, the wind is cold here. There's an entrance into this, whatever it is. (1776). Reminds me of a different event. Further south. Look at how thick these walls are. Yeah, let's draw up here. Huh? Seems like there's another sign up here. Yeah, too bad the building is closed, but it's probably necessary, otherwise people would come here and trash it. Beautiful. Beautiful place. Yeah, these red chairs, they also had them in Fundy National Park. There's a maple leaf in the wind, and I assume that's the New Brunswick flag. Hard to tell, I'm not familiar with the flags here. Yeah, beautiful little historic site here. So, battery is almost empty on the camera. I better go and recharge it. Yeah, I'm sure those cabins are not from 1776, 1757, 1678, all the different numbers. The Confederation Bridge on the way to Prince Edward Island. I think this bridge is 8 miles long or 12 kilometers long. And in winter, this bridge is the world's longest bridge over frozen waters. Here from the coast of New Brunswick over to the coast of Prince Edward Island, the entire water level is completely frozen over. As mentioned, the bridge is about 12 kilometers or 8 miles long, and it's a single lane in each direction. Once you leave Prince Edward Island, it's actually a toll road, and you have to pay a toll to leave the island over the bridge. Oh, it's quite windy here. You can probably hear it on the camera, but I just crossed the Confederation Bridge. I'm on Prince Edward Island and decided to stop here at this little lighthouse. But yes, it is breezy here. There's the bridge. And there's the ocean. Prince Edward Island is part of Atlantic Canada in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. The land area is about 2,200 square miles, and from end to end it's about 140 miles if you wanted to drive it, of course a little more due to roads and so on. Prince Edward Island has the nickname the Garden of the Gulf. There is a lot of, I want to say, farming going on Prince Edward Island. Potatoes, as an example, is one of the big export items. Prince Edward Island is also famous for the red sandstone cliffs, the beautiful beaches, and it's a great tourist destination in summer. Prince Edward Island has a population of about 175,000 people. It's very rural. Charlottetown, which is the capital, has about 40,000 people living there, and everything else, of course, is significantly smaller. And you feel it. It's a much slower pace. I really felt relaxed and chilled. I mean, traffic, what's busy for them, it's like, this feels like a vacation. So I really enjoyed my time driving through Prince Edward Island. I was there to visit some friends, and they showed me around. It's a beautiful island. It's a really busy tourist destination in summer, and once the tourists are gone, it's all back to this more slower pace in life. A really great place to visit, and I really liked it to be there outside of the main tourist season. Yeah, I saw this in the Epic Family Road Trip video when they visited Prince Edward Island. I figured I can be here too. Very cool. I'm here at North Cape on Prince Edward Island. There's an abandoned lobster trap. And Shelby and I are slowly walking here on these rocks towards the top of North Cape. And this is the most northern point on Prince Edward Island. My friends Rob and Heidi were fantastic tour guides, and together we explored PEI. I've totally fell in love with the small fishing villages and their colorful houses as seen here. The coastline was stunning, and the colors of the red shale rock, they were really impressive. I'm out here for a morning walk along the beach, and just coming up to this cliff, and I need to turn around, but you can see here, this is the shale rock that pretty much is the substance of Prince Edward Island. So it's not actual real rock. I mean, it's rock, but it's shale, and so it easily breaks off, as you can see over here. And it has the typical red sands color here for Prince Edward Island. But a beautiful beach here, and I'm the only one out here right now walking Shelby. And this will be my last day on the island. I will be leaving tomorrow, so it's important to me to just get a little bit more quality time in on the island. I'm still with my friends. We're gonna go out for dinner tonight, and it has been a great time. So I really enjoyed my stay here on the island. Lots of fun. They showed me around everywhere, so lots of cool stuff. So here's a little river that runs into the ocean, and now we have to do a river crossing. Sounds very dramatic, but you can see here it's really just water on the ground. It will be a little wet, but overall not bad at all. Let's see how we can do this. What is the best way to go through here without getting wet socks? Okay, not far. Let's see, we can go here. Shelby, of course, has no problems, no worries to go through here. Now this is the bigger piece. I will go through here. And then I will go. Well, if I get wet socks, I get wet socks, right? That's the best way to cross this, shall we? Huh? Let's see here. Huh? Go here. Very slowly. Not getting wet feet just yet. Okay. Yay, I made it. No wet feet. Well, it's not like that I have lots of socks in the car and a towel and can dry my feet, so, but it's just easier for the walk here. Some people put in private stairs for them, so they're living up there. The beach is public, but the stairs lead to their private property, and yeah, it's a good way of getting beach access here up on the cliff. So I don't know how stable the cliff is. I mean, I can imagine that wind and weather do some erosion, so at one point those houses may reach a limit, but who knows when that will be. So good way of getting beach access, and yeah, it doesn't really do anything negative here, so from that perspective all good. But it's just such a beautiful beach. There's an old lobster trap. We'll go and take a look at that one. I've seen quite a few of those already. It probably broke loose and then got swept up to the beach here. And I mean, you can see where I'm walking, the water will be when the tide is high. But yeah, an older lobster trap, damaged from being thrown on the rocks. Really beautiful here. Prince Edward Island really caught my heart. Such a beautiful place. Well, I don't know, in the summer it might be very crowded for 2 or 3 months. My biggest concern is probably bugs and flies and mosquitoes, because that I'm not a big fan of. But yep, here's the end of the line. Shelby and I really enjoyed our walk at this beautiful beach, and yeah, we crossed the little river or little creek again on the way back, and again I got lucky, no wet feet. Next, I visited the Anne of Green Gables Museum. Anne of Green Gables is one of the most beloved stories in Canadian literature. In 1908, author Lucy Maud Montgomery published the Anne of Green Gables, introducing the world to Anne Shirley, an imaginative, outspoken orphan whose adventures were shaped by the island's landscapes and small-town life. The fictional village from the story was really inspired by Montgomery's own hometown of Cavendish on PEI. And today, the Green Gables Heritage Place and Museum is really one of the most visited tourist items on Prince Edward Island. That last evening we had dinner at the Island Stone pub in Kensington, and I highly recommend, if you are at or near Kensington, visit the Island Stone pub. Great food, great people, great beer. I had a really good time there. But then the next day it was time to say goodbye, pack everything and leave my friends behind. My next destination would be the Cabot Trail in Nova Scotia. With a bit of a heavy heart, I left Prince Edward Island behind, made my way into Nova Scotia, and well, treated myself to this beautiful campsite right next to the ocean, and on the other side a pond. And well, the sunset and the sunrise were fantastic. Nova Scotia, Cabot Trail, here I come. So that concludes my visit to Prince Edward Island. I really had a great time. I was able to catch up with my friends Rob and Heidi. We hadn't seen in almost over 10 years, I would say. And so it was time to get my butt out of there and visit them and say hello in person. Prince Edward Island really caught a place in my heart. I enjoyed the scenery, the pace of life, really just everything felt slower. Much more relaxing, especially for me coming here out of the San Diego area where there's traffic and people. You get over there and it's like a big breath of relief. It's less stressful. It's really just relaxed, the small town vibe. I really liked it. I enjoyed the people that I met. I was able to experience a real Canadian Thanksgiving. And yeah, it's something that I want to come back to. Prince Edward Island, you caught a piece of my heart as mentioned. I will be back. Thank you very much. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I would say I'll see you next time in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.